Those are just 3 of the most scary camping encounters caught on camera. But let's begin with this one. On a crisp evening on September 23rd, 2010, 3 adventurous students set off on a daring camping trip, fueled by an insatiable curiosity to uncover the hidden mysteries of the infamous sewers beneath Los Angeles. Equipped with flashlights and an unyielding sense of excitement, they made their way to the entrance, fully aware of the illegality of their venture, yet undeterred by the potential consequences.
Whoa.
Give me more light down there.
Did you hear that? I for real just heard something. This movie is about to become real.
Listen to this.
I don't know. I'm scared now.
No, give me...
Dude.
I'm not gonna be sitting on that.
Dude, those are rats. Yeah, it looks like rats.
The boys were determined to explore what lay beneath the city, even as the atmosphere began to weigh heavily on them. What had started as a thrilling adventure quickly turned into a harrowing experience, far more horrifying than they had anticipated. A bone-chilling sound accompanied by something unmistakably crawled towards them from the long tunnel behind.
I don't think you're throwing out enough light here.
Anything?
What the fuck?
Dude, what the fuck, dude? I can't see.
In a panic, they fled and barely managed to escape. What the creature was, or who it was after, remains a mystery. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the shock of what they experienced left them breathless and shaking, also in disbelief as they tried to grasp what they had just encountered. Getting attacked by an unknown creature sometimes happens to campers, but what would you do if you were attacked by what you least expected, as we will see in the next case?
I just got hit! I just got hit! Oh my gosh, I just got hit!
On a beautiful June 27th, 2024, a lively church youth group from Salina, Utah, set out on an adventurous hike near the stunning Willow Springs overlook. Laughter and joy filled the air as they explored the breathtaking scenery, creating unforgettable memories together. However, just as the day seemed perfect, an unexpected turn of events threatened to shatter their cheerful moment.
Hi, Mom. So we're taking a walk. Look at my shoes. I'm soaked. This is... I just got hit! I just got hit! Oh my gosh, I just got hit! I just got hit! I felt that too! We just got hit! Mom, we just got hit! Mom, we just got hit! I felt that.
And I just got hit. I'm okay, but he's not doing too well.
Oh my gosh! We got hit!
A couple other people got hit.
Are you okay? Hey. Good? Oh my gosh! I saw that! I felt that on my head! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You okay?
I felt that on my head! Breathe! It's okay! You're okay! You're okay! Just breathe! It'll be okay! Let's go! Let's keep walking! Let's go over there! Yeah, I felt that!
As the group hiked through the mountains, a sudden crack of lightning struck, sending one person sprawling to the ground. Panic ensued as 2 teenagers sustained serious injuries, while roughly 7 others were taken to the hospital for medical care. Thankfully, none of the injuries were life-threatening, and miraculously, everyone pulled through. It was a harrowing experience, but ultimately a testament to resilience and survival. Just like these, this next camper also escaped a life-threatening situation. Justin, a well-known YouTuber celebrated for diving into the depths of unique cultures and uncovering hidden places across the globe, embarked on a thrilling camping adventure to one of Turkey's most legendary destinations, Devil's Castle. This infamous site is steeped in mystery, notorious for its dark rituals and the chilling shadows that weave through its ancient ruins, promising an exploration filled with suspense and intrigue. Little did Justin know this trip was about to take a terrifying and unexpected turn.
Oh no. It's a light. Is this place lit up at night? It wouldn't make any sense though. I mean, obviously the light's here, but the town is way beyond the edge. You can't even see it, so it would be lit up for... I mean, no one would be able to see it lit up. Oh, but the cables are cut. Look at that.
Cut wires. At first glance, it may seem like nothing, but this was the indicator of a chain of events that would soon unravel in unexpected ways.
Guys, someone came with a gun and fired shots at the castle. They're firing shots at me. That's them there with a flashlight. Did you hear those gunshots? They don't want me here.
The piercing sound of gunshots shattered the stillness of the night. At first, Justin remained oblivious, lost in his thoughts. But as the echoes intensified, a creeping dread took hold of him. Panic surged through his veins, and he instinctively knew he had to flee to ensure his safety. Heart racing, he scrambled for a plan, desperately scanning his surroundings for a secure refuge. Unsure of his next move, he quickly pulled out his phone and messaged his friend, who happened to be a Turk living nearby. The urgency of his situation poured through his words, and within moments his friend responded, dialing the police as fast as he could. In a short while, the police arrived, quickly assessing the situation with a sense of determination. After a brief conversation, they decided it was safest to escort Justin to a nearby boutique hotel, where he could spend the night away from harm's reach. With a mix of gratitude and lingering anxiety, Justin followed the officers, hoping that the quiet sanctuary of the hotel would shield him from the chaos. Do you recall the cut wires I mentioned earlier? Here's what went down.
When the police arrived, actually the locals had told them that there was a treasure hunter here. The locals that saw me come in, they saw a strange car park, a guy walk out with all this weird equipment. No one really does this stuff, right? And so they called the authorities. Those authorities came and then saw all the lights off in the castle. Normally there's lights. I thought that it was the lights were here to keep, those damn kids out of the castle, spray painting and having sex. That's what I thought. But no, it's for treasure hunters, because if it's all lit up, the treasure hunters don't come and destroy this place. That's probably why that little cave is blasted in the side, actually, from treasure hunters destroying it. So they came here, they heard there was a suspicious guy, they ran the plates on my rental vehicle, saw it was a rental, and saw a smashed control panel down at the entrance. I saw it walking in again today. So they automatically assumed a treasure hunter came, cut all the lights, and was here just destroying the place looking for treasure.
It turned out that Justin was mistakenly identified as one of the treasure hunters who had been snooping around. In an attempt to deter him from getting too close, a few shots were fired, not intending to hit him, but rather to frighten him off. The whole situation was far more chaotic, and the misunderstanding escalated quickly. But thanks to Justin's friend's quick action, the situation was resolved peacefully. A little misunderstanding placed Justin's life on the line. However, these next campers placed their lives on the line when they decided to joke about the situation at hand. A family in Russia was driving down a forest road at night while returning from a camping trip when they spotted this.
Нахуй его задавили? Да, блядь, бабло заебал. Короче, я не хочу нахуй там сидеть даже, блядь. А у меня маленький нож, он заебется им тыкать. Да зачем нахуй? Давайте просто, блядь, пиздец. Какая машину поднимает? Он поднимает нахуй машину. Нифига вот тут. Дело в том, что это Не вдуй ему, потихо, блядь. Опа, блядь. Попец, блядь.
A bear was run over and it got stuck beneath a vehicle. When it managed to free itself, witnesses encountered the most terrifying situation they had ever faced in their lives.
Смотри, смотри, смотри. Ты лапу высовывай.
Тёма, блядь, сядь в машину.
Давай, дуй. Дави, дави. Давай, дуй, сразу дуй. Назад дуй. Дуй.
Тёма,
Дуй. Колесо. Дуй. Ты дал колесо. Дуй, дуй. Дуй, блядь.
Тёмочка,
Внизу пространство, дуй. Дуй, блядь.
Тёма, нет!
Дуй, дави. Дави, дуй.
Мамочка!
The bear attacked the tire of the vehicle it was stuck under, but then it turned towards the car filming the scene. The atmosphere shifted from laughter to crying. The bear's terrifying strength forced the passengers to flee the vehicle. Fortunately, the bear was largely focused on the cars, so no one was hurt. The next one also met with a terrifying sight.
We need to call the police, mate. We need to. Oh my god, this has happened before, but this happened.
On April 16th, 2017, Lewis Clark, a YouTuber well known for his captivating entertainment and exploration videos, embarked on a chilling adventure that would take an unexpected turn. Alongside his friends, he ventured into a secluded area of the woods where an abandoned train lay hidden among the overgrown trees and underbrush. As Lewis and his friends cautiously approached the train, they were filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation, eager to document their exploration for their audience. Little did they know that their adventure would soon cross into terrifying territory.
It's like the engine. Steering wheels there.
As they stepped into the abandoned train, it resembled something straight out of a horror movie. Nevertheless, the boys continued venturing deeper into the forgotten vehicle. It was at this point they encountered this.
This train, it's been quite fun to explore, to be honest. There's not much there, but like...
It's pretty nice for a photo.
Should we get like some photos up here for college or something? But yeah, no. Obviously me and Brandon, and we explored most of the train. It's pretty cool. We'll circle round quick and then probably get going, so yeah.
Yeah.
Skirt pad gone wrong. Obviously, yeah. Don't slip.
Shit.
Right, get into the carriage and we'll come, let's go.
What the
What is that?
fuck?
What? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Just go, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we need to get out.
Fucking go, 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 go,
Fuck
go.
that shit. Go on.
Fuck! Ugh. There's mud everywhere, Ant. Wait, is that a body? Is that a body? We need to call the police, mate. We need to. Oh my god, this has happened before, but this happened. Ow, I hit my fucking head!
A white cloth stained with blood lay inside the train. In shock, the boys immediately panicked and rushed out of the forest, fearing they might have stumbled upon a dead body. When they reached the edge of the woods, they called the police, and the video abruptly cut off. Many people believed that the footage was either fake or staged, as Lewis and his friends did not react to the smell of what was allegedly a dead body. What are your thoughts? Do you think it was a real body, or was it just a stunt for more views? Please share your opinions in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Hey!
Brendan, a YouTuber known for his channel Brendan Explores, where he shares his adventures in nature, went on a camping trip on February 11th, 2024 in Jaywick. This town was once a holiday resort for Londoners, but it is now recognised as one of the most deprived areas in England. As he drove through the streets of Jaywick, Brendan realised that camping in the town might not be the best idea. Feeling unsafe, he decided to move his van to a secluded parking lot. Surrounded by the safety of the nearby forest, things began to feel a bit more peaceful. Little did he know that this calm was soon to take a terrifying turn.
I think someone's outside the van.
Someone was trying to get into his van. He remained calm, believing the person would simply walk away, but then something far more terrifying happened.
Hey!
Right, whoever the that was has now gone. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my god.
Brendan screamed in shock as the glass of his van's window shattered. The intruder fled into the darkness of the forest, leaving him alone and shaken, surrounded by broken glass and the eerie quiet of the night. The forest, once a source of peace, now felt like a place of danger. Realizing it was no longer safe, Brendan decided to leave. Imagine waking up to see this. What would you do? Kevin, the adventurous YouTuber behind the channel Doc, is well known for his thrilling escapades in the wilderness. His videos showcase him solo camping, reveling in the beauty and serenity of nature. But even for a seasoned camper like Kevin, the great outdoors can transform from a peaceful retreat to a perilous showdown in an instant. What began as an ordinary camping trip soon spiraled into a terrifying situation that would leave anyone on the edge of their seat. Kevin lay startled in his tent, his heart pounding like a drum as he heard the unmistakable sounds of a bear just outside. The massive creature sniffed curiously around, drawing perilously closer, and all that stood between him and the wild beast was a frail barrier of fabric. The bear pressed against the tent, its weight causing the material to sag ominously. Panic surged through Kevin, drowning out all rational thought. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, he felt an urge to scream, hoping that his desperate cry would startle the creature and send it darting away into the woods. After much struggle, the bear escaped, and Kevin swiftly packed up and exited the woods. Although Kevin made it out safely, this experience left him feeling shaken. However, whatever this next camper experienced was far more horrifying.
Who?
Meet Bear, a father of 2 boys and an experienced adventurer who documents his thrilling explorations on his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear. While most of his journeys take him deep into the unknown, he is usually accompanied by a close friend. However, on this particular day, he decided to venture alone into the heart of a haunted forest, a place that few dare to enter.
This is just swarming with haunted history and urban legends of serial killers, satanic cults, you name it, Helltown has it.
As night fell, he carefully parked his van and ignited a crackling campfire, its warm glow flickering against the gathering shadows. Little did he know, this evening would soon unfold into an adventure more thrilling than he could have ever imagined.
I really don't want to do this. I'm hearing noises all around me already. Is that whistling? This is insane. Oh my goodness, I thought somebody was standing right beside me. Man, I haven't even started the walk yet. This sounded like somebody back there in the woods. This is crazy.
Bear felt uneasy as he tried to shake off the eerie feeling, unaware of what was coming next.
The world's ending. Did you hear the footsteps? Footsteps just came from up there. Shh, 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 shh. Oh, that's so loud. Shh, shh. There it is again. Oh my goodness. I didn't see anybody up there. There was nobody here. There was nobody here. I feel like I want to puke. No freaking way. Did that just happen?
Frightened and trying to stay calm, Bear rushed back to his van, hoping it would be safe. However, safety seemed far from over.
I made it to the barn and hopefully back to the truck. Oh. Oh. No way. Man, I am hearing crap all around me. That was like a hiss. I don't know if you guys heard it. That was a loud hiss, though. You might have heard that. That might have been something more spiritual. I don't know what would have hissed like that. What would hiss like that? There's an apparition on the road. 2 of them. I've seen them twice. And now a hiss. That could be a spiritual thing right there for sure. I still feel stirred. I feel restless. Restlessness like up in here. That was insane. Insane. I just heard something outside. I did fall asleep. But it sounded like something hit my truck. What is it? Oh! Oh, somebody's there. Somebody's there. So where's my frickin' light? Where's the frickin'... Hey! There's a car there. Hold on. Where's my keys? Where's the keys? somebody was trying to get in the truck.
It turned out that someone had been stalking Bear. Who would creep through the forest in the dead of night? When Bear stepped outside to check the area, hoping to see what was going on, he found nothing. Afterward, he decided to leave the forest. However, one question remained. Who or what was out there that night? And why were they trying to get into his van? Our next case takes us to Colorado. On a bright and promising day, August 22nd, 2011, two adventurous hikers set out to explore the stunning wilderness of Colorado. The air was crisp, the landscape breathtaking, and it felt like the perfect day for a tranquil escape into nature. Little did they know, however, that their idyllic journey was on the brink of a chilling twist that would transform their peaceful outing into a harrowing adventure. Suddenly, loud banging sounds echoed in the air. The hikers froze and strained to listen, trying to pinpoint the source of the noise. However, the more they concentrated, the more difficult and impossible it became to locate where the sounds were coming from. What made this encounter even more unsettling was that shortly after these bizarre sounds were heard, a massive earthquake struck Colorado. Could these two events be connected? Was it a warning sign of the upcoming earthquake, or was there something deeper and more sinister happening beneath the Earth's surface? What do you think these sounds could have been? Let us know your theories in the comment section below as we delve into the last case. In a captivating new adventure, the YouTuber from the Wild Bear channel, known for exploring the depths of the wilderness, ventured into Clophill Forest. This eerie location, steeped in a shadowy history of devil worship, witchcraft and murder, set the perfect stage for her camping escapade. As she stumbled upon a secluded and inviting spot to pitch her tent, an unsettling stillness enveloped the woods, only to be interrupted by a series of strange, haunting noises that sent shivers down her spine. She caught a glimpse of a figure moving in the background. A shiver of unease crept over her, prompting her to relocate her camp deeper into the forest. As she set about preparing her dinner, the crisp air buzzed with the sounds of nature, but then she suddenly paused. An unexpected noise pierced the silence. As she ventured deeper into her surroundings, an unexpected adventure unfolded before her eyes. As darkness enveloped the woods, she snuggled deeper into her sleeping bag, seeking comfort and warmth. Suddenly, a strange sound pierced the stillness of the night, jolting her awake. Heart racing, she reached for her camera, capturing the eerie moment that unfolded before her eyes. Two bright red eyes stared back at her before vanishing into the dark. Thankfully, nothing bad happened that night, and she quickly left the forest the next morning. Now, it's time for the next terrifying encounters.
Fuck was that?
It's an eerie place. I mean, look at it, all in the mist.
I just heard gunshots.
I can't see anything. Oh, what was that?
Yeah, so that was the guy that rode by last night, so he was gone all night.
You go camping deep in the woods, expecting peace. But when the sun sets, whispers call your name, unseen hands leave prints where no one stands, and shadowy figures move just beyond the trees. Something is watching, and it doesn't want you to leave. These are the 6 most disturbing forest camping encounters caught on camera.
Fuck was that?
On February 13th, 2024, he returned to the woods where he'd left. Tonight, he returned, ready for the strange. He had to know what was going on. He parked in the same spot. A man with a dog walked nearby, then turned back. Weird. He shrugged it off and headed into the woods. He was already expecting what was waiting for him.
Right, so the last time I came here, I said I would never come back again. After what happened, the way I felt, I've never felt like it before on a camp in my life. However, a lot of people said, you should go back, bring some cameras, night vision, goggles, trail cams, blah, blah, blah. But I really didn't want to come back on my own, whether I've got that or not.
The woods felt different. He set up his hammock and cameras, a night vision one, a trail cam that could send alerts, and a thermal camera. He was ready.
Okay, so I just turned it on. It starts to flash blue, searching for a signal. And it should beep and say, signal.
Right, that's a bit annoying. I've set the trail cams up. I've turned my little cheapy one on. And I've turned the PT Ranger, the Rio Link one on, and it's not connecting to my phone.
As darkness fell, he checked the thermal camera. Everything looked normal. Then something moved, a warm shape, running. He focused, and it was gone. A deer, maybe.
Anything up in the trees? Nope. There's something on the floor down there. Running along. See it? Okay, it froze there for some reason. Obviously it picked something up. When I zoomed in,
Then he heard something behind him. He turned. 2 handprints were on a tree. They weren't there a moment before. He was sure of it. A flash of light flickered as he moved the camera. He felt a chill down his spine.
what is that? What is that? Oh, mice and things dotted about. Nothing around there. Fuck is that? There's 2 fucking handprints. Just put my torch on. That wasn't there 2 seconds ago. I swear that wasn't there. There's 2. I keep seeing like a flash of light. It's like as the camera comes around, it disappears.
He scanned the woods again. Something moved behind a tree. He couldn't see what it was. Fear crept in. Later, he checked the thermal camera again. Something was down there, hiding behind a bush. What was it? He couldn't tell.
I prefer the white hot. Something down there.
He refreshed the camera. Another handprint. Just like the first, it appeared out of nowhere. He was losing his mind. He couldn't see a thing in the pitch black. He sat in the dark, watching, listening. He heard crashing noises to his right. Where the trail cam was, he hoped it was working.
There's a fucking hand mark on there. That's a fucking hand mark. What the fuck is that over there? Fuck this.
Well, I've literally been sitting here for about the last hour in the pitch black, just using the thermal camera and watching. I've had quite a few crash noises over to my right. And annoyingly, that's where the trail cam is that connects to my phone, so I don't know if it's working. And the other one points left.
He heard banging, metallic in the distance. Then a howl, long and strange, unlike any owl. It sounded like a wolf, but there were no wolves here. He went outside, listening. The banging and the howling were still there. He heard talking, like a radio. He was shivering in fear.
A road in the distance, which I couldn't hear before. But I keep on hearing like a distant banging noise. It's like a metallic bang, 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 bang.
He went home, still shaken. The handprints, the shadows, the howl. He couldn't explain it. He'd survived the night, but the fear stayed. He didn't know what was out there, but he knew he didn't want to meet it. Moving on to our second case for the most disturbing forest camping encounter.
It's an eerie place. I mean, look at it, all in the mist.
I just heard gunshots.
On January 26th, 2025, deep in the woods, the forest was silent. Too silent. No birds, no rustling leaves. Just a thick mist wrapping around the trees. He had come here to camp to tell the eerie tale of Lady Sybil, the witch who made a pact with the devil. But the woods had other plans.
I haven't been out for that long. Woo! And I can feel it. Oh, little pudding. We haven't got your briefcase thing, do we? Come here. Stop running about. Hello?
As darkness settled, the feeling of unease grew. Then, a sound cut through the silence. A gunshot. He froze. His breath quickened. Was someone hunting? Or was it something worse?
pretty sure I've just heard gunshots. They're shut up, mate. Oh, fucking hell, you farted. Oh, is that your breath? Chill out.
The mist thickened, making it hard to see. Then came the lights. Strange flashes flickered in the distance, eye shine or torchlight. It was moving, shifting between the trees as if watching.
They were going to be hunting in the morning, so he didn't want me here for my safety. But as you can hear, there's no wildlife in here. Although there might be a white doe in here somewhere. That corner of my eye. Down there, look. Don't know if it were eye shine or a torch down there. Oh, I don't like this. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, you shit me up then, mate. Look, you can't see out in front of you, mate.
The landowner had warned him before people hunted here, but this didn't feel like hunters. This felt like something else. Another flash. Closer this time.
Right, let's see if we can find a path to get out of here. Mate, you're heavy, you are. She weighs more than my backpack. Really want to know what that shine was down there. Whether it's a torch. Like I say, I've heard gunshots earlier, so. Fuck. Don't want to be getting shot, do I? And I especially don't want to be running in to the landowner again, because he will not be happy that I'm back in here on the night time.
He didn't wait. He grabbed his gear and hurried through the dark, misty forest. Every step felt heavier. The woods felt alive, pressing in. By the time he reached the edge of the forest, he could still hear it. The whispers of the night, the gunshots in the dark.
This morning, as I'm about to go out on a camp, and see, I start hearing stuff, but then when I stop and I breathe like that, I can't see out. Yeah, and Fendy's back legs. But we managed to climb up this.
Lady Sybil had made a pact to stay bound to this land forever, and tonight, something was keeping her company. With that being said, let's move on to our third encounter. On April 19th, 2020, in Sun River, Oregon, it was supposed to be a quiet night. A deserted road, deep in the woods, far from anyone, perfect for some rest. But he didn't expect it to be turned into his worst nightmare.
So I was originally not gonna make this video just because I don't really have my setup or anything yet. But a few days ago I was camping in Sun River, and what I thought would be a good location to pull over to the side of the road in like this forest area and sleep, which I thought no one was really around, turned into someone trying to creep on me, creep in my truck while I was sleeping. So, and I got some GoPro footage of it. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of hear it in the background. But yeah, didn't really record after I got out and stuff.
The night was eerily silent at first, but then he started hearing strange noises outside his truck. Soft footsteps, low whispers. He told himself it was just the wind, maybe some animals, but the sounds didn't stop. They circled the truck, slow, careful, almost like someone was watching.
My gun's in my cab, though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside, probably like 2 in the morning, and he just keeps walking around, and he's like really close to my truck. I've never been this scared, and like this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see, no one was on that road. Wait, he's touching my truck.
Then he noticed the first sign, marks on his truck. Handprints, scratches. Someone had been there, touching the glass, dragging fingers along the side. He hadn't noticed it at first, but when he checked the footage, he could hear it, the faint sound of movement outside his truck in the dead of night.
I wish I brought my gun back here. He keeps walking around. I don't get it. I'm like, how is he not have noticed? Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now.
In the morning, there was another discovery. More handprints. Whoever had been there wasn't just passing by. They had been trying to get in. The back canopy was locked, thankfully, but the thought of someone or something trying to open it sent chills down his spine.
I'm back home. This is the day after. He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result.
The whispers had stopped by morning, but the scratches, the prints, and the overwhelming feeling that something had been out there, that feeling never left. To this day, he still doesn't know who or what was wandering in the woods that night. Let's move on to our fourth disturbing forest camping encounter.
I can't see anything. Oh.
On October 31st, 2022, in some haunted woods around the UK, he planned a simple Halloween night, stealth camping in his van, exploring haunted woods, maybe even spotting a ghost. But what started as a fun trip quickly turned into something terrifying.
So apparently this little road here is the closest that we can get to the woods. To the left there, I think that's like a cemetery. So I'm just going to park here for now. Unfortunately, this is the closest that we can get to the woods. We can't take the van any further, but I will be going in there on foot.
He stepped into the dark woods, the old cemetery just behind him. The air was thick and heavy. He tried to shake off the feeling, focusing on setting up camp, but something felt off. Something about this place felt very sinister.
I've got a bit of a problem. I cannot see a thing with this light shining in my eyes. So this is coming into the woods now, and on the left is the little church house, and behind that is the cemetery. How old are some of these then? 1908. Oh, wait a sec. There's 3 people in this grave. Look at the size of that.
As he wandered deeper, strange noises surrounded him. Suddenly, He froze in fear. A rustling sound. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't an animal. His flashlight swept the trees, but nothing was there.
Right, so I'm just the other side of the cemetery now. I'm gonna go deeper into the woods because I don't think if I was a ghost and I come out of the cemetery, why would you knock about just on the outskirts? Do you know what I mean? You sleep there all day, you're gonna want to go into the woods. What the hell was that?
Then he saw it. A figure, just standing, watching. But when he turned for a second look, it was gone. His heart pounded. Was his mind playing tricks on him?
In the woods, I've taken a different path this time. And to be honest with you, I'm just sort of winging it. I don't know where. What the hell was that? What's that? I've come up to that bit where the light was just shining. What? He's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Where the hell? There's a drop off down here. It goes down quite far. I mean, the last thing I want to do is stack it down a hill. There are a lot of noises in these woods, but at the same time, if I was in the woods on a normal night, I'd just think it's normal.
The fear became real. A shadow moved again, this time closer. He could feel eyes on him. His breath quickened. He backed away, scanning the darkness. Then, a noise louder this time. A branch snapping. He wasn't alone.
That is a person. I'm not even joking. What the f***? I can't see anything. Oh, what was that? I've been sat here now for about 15 minutes.
He sat in silence for 15 minutes, trying to make sense of what had happened. Was it a Halloween prank? Did he see things? Or was there something or someone in the woods with him?
Because my eyes hadn't adjusted. And basically to me, everywhere I looked, it was like pitch black. I could just make out some things. So, there's got to be fireworks. I have tried to look on the screen on the camera at the footage, but this screen's so small and it's real.
He realized he had no choice but to stay. He had been drinking earlier and he couldn't drive. The van had to be home for the night. But as he lay there in the darkness, one thought haunted him. If it was just his imagination, why did he still feel watched? With that being said, let's move on to our fifth disturbing encounter. On February 21st, 2015, in Scotland, the plan was simple. Film otters along a quiet Scottish river. The sun was out and the water was calm. Everything felt peaceful. But later, when he played the footage back, she saw something he couldn't explain. The trees in the background seemed normal, but then something moved. A shape, tall, thin, just for a second. It didn't look like an animal. It didn't look human either. A shadow passed between the trees, but nothing was casting it. She paused the video and replayed it. The shadow didn't match anything around it, It almost looked like it was watching. Then, the worst part, something pale, almost translucent, peered from behind a tree. A face. No eyes, just dark hollows where they should be. It didn't move like a person. It didn't belong. Was it an apparition, a trick of the light, or something far worse? He checked the footage again, but the thing in the trees was still there. With that being said, let's move on to our last eerie encounter of camping in the forest. On April 17th, 2023, during a solo camping adventure, he camped alone, enjoying the quiet until 7:43 p.m. when a man on a bike appeared. The man didn't wave or speak, just stared blankly. It was creepy and disturbing at the same moment.
Yeah, so that was the guy that rode by last night, so he was gone all night.
The stare was cold, unblinking, and disturbing. Even as the man disappeared into the trees, his eyes stayed fixed on him.
I bet you that's where he's at.
It's kind of creeped me out a bit. Like he just, dead stared at me. He had yellow sunglasses on. The kind that I could still see his eyes.
He didn't sleep that night. By dawn, he packed quickly and left, the memory of that eerie stare haunting him. The forest holds many secrets, some too disturbing to understand. Whether it's strange figures, eerie sounds, or unexplained shadows, these encounters leave people shaken. The question remains, what really is there in the woods at night?
On a camping trip, either in the woods or in a desert, you are never alone. You may never know what's keeping an eye on you alone in those camps. Starting with 4 friends being chased by the anonymous creature. On May 26, 2010, 4 friends, Tom, Jeremy, Trevor, and Bradley. The video records them camping at the usual spot on the lake. This is the typical spot where this group of friends hang out together. Little did they know, it was their last time hanging out like this ever again.
Alright boys, this is Camping 2010 with Trevor and Jeremy and Tom.
What's up?
That I can't hardly see because it's really dark. I can't find the light on this thing, dude.
Hello.
It's just kind of, I'll see Trevor waving, okay.
Here, I'll get my phone.
Let's let me get up and get the fire. So, oh. That's there he is, Tom.
We're gonna do some rope swing madness later, hopefully.
Jeremy, I can't see you, buddy, but he's somewhere. There's his leg. He's somewhere in that vicinity.
What would we do with the hot dogs? We need some hot dogs. I'm hungry.
I could go for some marshmallows, dude. For some It's our campfire. Centinela candles. You can't focus on those. I'm still trying to figure out this camera, dude. It's brand new.
Did somebody poop?
Not this guy. Sorry.
Trevor.
Jeremy.
Jeremy pooted.
He's just awake.
It probably is.
Bradley, holding the camera, notices something strange in the woods. The figure isn't visible, but its eyes are. Those aren't just normal eyes. They are glowing red eyes, piercing through one's soul, whoever stares at them.
Man, that smoke is killing my eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
I swear, is this the sleeping quarters? Our candles.
Yeah,
keep our bugs off of us.
No tent because we're men.
No tent.
That's right, manly men.
We sleep beneath the stars. Discussing stars, that's right.
Man.
Is that a full moon?
Guys, what is that?
I think it is. I think full moon night.
What's what, Bradley?
Seriously, guys, there's I seriously saw something over there.
Dude,
Tom, did you not see it?
Dude, there was something there for like 2
Jeremy,
seconds.
Trevor.
Dude.
It was over there.
Dude, whatever, man.
Man, dude, put some more wilderness fire. I am not going to sit here with this thing.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was there for like 2 seconds. Dude, it is probably
over there.
Yes, right over there where you're shining the light, in that area.
Over there.
I've ever seen before.
Yes, there was, Jeremy. Tom and I both saw it, dude.
It was probably a squirrel. It was nuts.
The cameraman zoomed in until he captured a clear version of it. He tried to convince his friends that he saw something, but except Tom, everyone tried to brush him off. They claimed that it might be his delusion, but it wasn't. Bradley was in his full senses. What he just witnessed was something beyond paranormal.
I don't know, man. It's not a squirrel. What would you say it was a squirrel? But
Okay.
A woodland creature.
Okay, what squirrel would look like that, Tom?
It's an animal. Okay, we're in the woods. Go figure. Don't lose.
Hey, Tom, guys.
What? Oh my God!
What is that?
Oh my!
That's it. That's it. Oh my gosh. Oh.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh crap! It's coming.
Oh my God! Get in, guys. Get in. Okay. Where's the keys? I don't know.
Seen it.
Where's Tom at?
Where's Tom? Tom! All right, dude. We got the ball
over there.
We'll come get you, dude.
Tom.
One witnessed those glowing red eyes. They knew they had to run. But while escaping that scary place, they forgot if everyone was together. Someone was left behind, and it was Tom.
Tom!
Guys, I'm over here. Are you alright?
Thank God, are you okay?
Dude, I think I lost it. I don't know. I think it's right behind me. I'm not sure.
What is it, dude? What is it?
I don't know. I couldn't
You need to
what it was.
jump. Come on, get in here with us.
You'll have to jump. Come on, not jump. This is too high.
Dude, if you don't jump, it's going to get you. You have to jump.
It's like, oh my gosh!
Come on, Tom.
Oh, swim, man.
Swim, Tom. Swim.
Oh my God! Did you see it?
No, we've not seen it.
Oh my God.
Wait, what is...
Dude.
What is...
Oh my gosh, dude, did you see that?
Thank God you're too bad. That's the same thing we've been seeing.
That's it. Let's get out of here. Let's find out what that thing was.
Dude, it's right up there. Look.
Sorry, man.
Why does it keep
We gotta go, like, right now.
Oh my God.
Now. What? There it is.
Dude, you see it? Do you see it?
No, hold on. Dude, if we get this on camera... There it is. That's it.
Dude, why does it keep chasing us?
I don't know. Oh my goodness. That is,
Dude,
oh my
I think it's about
gosh.
to jump in the water. Are you serious?
Oh my...
Tom had to jump in the lake to get to them quickly. He had no idea how he got up there. While they were just about to run out of those woods again, they noticed the red eyes still following them, and now its figure was quite visible too. It was a giant, and it was after them.
Gosh! Let's go! What the heck? It's chasing the boat, Tom! Oh my goodness. Go!
They activated their boat, but it looks like those eyes won't stop chasing them in their nightmare as well. With that being said, let's move on to our second scary camping encounter. On October 11th, 2022, this family was laying there in their tent, tired from setting the camp all day. They were wrapped in their blankets. The only sound around was of their own breathing. Suddenly, they felt something was watching them, a presence right outside the tent. With trembling hands, they dared to look outside, but chills raced down their spines. Staring at them through the thin fabric of the tent were two piercing, glowing eyes in the pitch-black darkness. They wanted to scream, but couldn't move. How is it possible to witness such glowing eyes when their tent was closed from everywhere? Soon, they realized it was a creature, but probably not from this world. For that horrifying moment, they were sure something far darker had found them, and they had to leave this place immediately. Moving on to our third camping encounter that is going to leave you on your edge. On November 1st, 2021, these two men sat by the campfire, laughing as sparks danced in the night. Their dog lay beside them, ears twitching. They were joking, talking about cavemen and lightning, the crackling flames lighting up their faces. But then, one of them froze, staring past the fire into the dark woods.
You gonna light up that fourth stogie?
I'm going for the fucking breaking records today, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm kind of greened out though, but the thought is appealing.
Mm-hmm. Flame with flame. Oh, I got
That's
my.
the purest way of lighting a cigar.
Mm-hmm. Light it in the campfire.
Oh, the cavemen used to fucking light their stogies back in the day.
Yeah, they didn't have fancy butane torches.
Oh god.
No, they had
primal lightning struck fires.
they held their stogies to the skies,
Yeah.
and waited for Edison to strike.
You can just drag a girl to your cave by their hair and fucking breed.
Yep, just like the good old days.
Just like the good old days.
What was that? They were asking each other. Slowly, one of them turned, only to see two bright eyes staring back at them from the shadows, unblinking and silent. The dog was making eerie noises and looking in one direction only.
Just like the good old days.
Bear. Oh my goodness. She actually kind of does look like a bear.
Did
What?
you hear something?
No.
When is this blackout? Like, your imagination plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, what the heck? Hold on. No. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
What? I don't see.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Hey,
Are you
there's
okay?
something. This. What the fuck? Maroon? Like.
And in that instant, they felt it. Something was watching, and it was getting closer. Let's move on to our fourth creepy encounter. On June 5th, 2017, in Near Bend, Oregon, this man, Jeff Kessler, decided to camp in the most calm forest there. He breathed in the fresh Oregon air with the scent of pine surrounding him and the joy of the first alone camping trip of the season. All around, the land was wide and silent, filled with the sounds of rustling trees and distant birds. But this beautiful scene was soon turning into his worst nightmare.
Alright, well, it may seem like a bit much, but here I am solo camping. This is Deschutes, Oregon. Well, close to Bend, Oregon. But this is BLM land, it's not in the city. A little bit off the normal traveled area, but I mean, you can tell people come back here and shoot stuff. I can hear people shooting right now over that direction. There's a popular shooting spot probably 3 or 4 miles that way. But for being secluded, this is one hell of a spot. I brought the 8-person tent, or the 6-person tent. I haven't pulled this thing out in a long time, so I thought first of the season I should pull that out, give it a go. See if it's all dried out and make sure it's clean. Might get a fire going later. Keep you guys updated. I'll make sure to include in the description how to get out here. It's kind of a cool spot for anybody who's interested. There's kind of a creepy little creation right there.
As the sun set over the trees, he admired the fading light. It felt like the perfect spot separated from the worldly noise. Little did he know what he was about to encounter when it got dark.
Let's see. Somebody made a teepee. Then a bit more handmade. Looks like there's a little bit of a grave too. Crazy if I found a body. Well, there's a lot of flies. It's not gonna mess with it. Must have really wanted to dump their trash. Save a few bucks. Oh yeah. People dumping their trash over here. Filming this on that cheap Amazon camera costs about 70 bucks. And you see lots of them on there all by different companies and whatnot. But they're all the same camera, comes from China or Hong Kong or whatever. Anyway, look at this, damn. They must have had their fire going inside of here. It's kind of eerie. Hope they don't come back for a seance or some sort of satanic meeting tonight while I'm camping. It's about that time. Sun is setting. Now I can't pick up too much of the color on this cheap camera, but it does pretty well in the light. And in the dark, I mean. But sun's setting, it's about 8 o'clock. Should be dark out here in less than an hour. Let me get a little bit over there through the trees. Beautiful night.
As darkness settled, he started hearing strange sounds. He lay in his tent, hearing footsteps. Someone or something was moving rocks just outside. His flashlight was left behind, and as he walked through the dark, something followed him. What might it be?
The fucking third time I've been woken up by these goddamn noises. Yeah, you can hear it. It's up from that side. Sounds right outside the tent. There's someone right outside the tent. That can't be. That gets us not a fucking animal. That's someone's messing around with the rocks out there. Jesus Christ. Hey, leave me alone! What the fuck is going on out there? Flashlight. I can't see a goddamn thing outside this night vision. Jesus Christ. I don't know where the f I am. Fuck, chase me off. I'm wondering. The goddamn darkness.
He was breathless, he was lost, and he whispered into his camera, "Leave me alone." Every sound in the darkness felt closer as he wasn't alone out there.
Fucking flashlight.
Was it an alien? Or some kind of ghost? What was there? His belongings were found, but he never returned. His last moments, a chilling mystery caught on tape. Was Jeff still alive, living in some other world? With these questions still tingling our minds, let's move on to our next scary camping encounter. On July 6th, 2017, in the North Georgia woods, their group of friends decided to go on a wild camping trip. To make their evening memorable, they decided to light some firecrackers together. They laughed as a firecracker burst into the dark sky, its flash and lighting up the trees around them. "Happy 4th," they shouted, setting off another one, each louder than the last. Who knew that this was the last time they could laugh in a forest and be this reckless?
Let's send them off.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th indeed.
Lighter up.
Are you an idiot? Watch out. That's pretty cool, man.
I wanted it to go up in the air, man.
It's still cool. Yeah. But, did you hear that?
Yeah, you go first.
He's
He's a farm animal.
I don't like this. Good luck. What do you think it is?
Come splash rock.
No. Whatever it is, I want to fucking see it.
But then, as they reached for the next firecracker, they froze. From the dense trees came a strange noise, a low rustling that didn't sound like any animal they'd ever heard. It grew louder, closer, like something heavy moving through the underground.
Should I throw firework at it?
Let's try to see what that is. Where do we go first? What is that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? What is that? Dude, what is that? Dude, we need to get the hell out of here. I'm not getting near that. I'm not getting near that. Dude, we gotta get the hell out of here. No.
One of them whispered, "Did you hear that?" They stood still, out of breath, and focused their flashlight into the shadows, and there it was, a dark figure wandering between the trees, moving too fast, too quiet. Was it a ghost? A spirit? A paranormal creature? What was that?
Run. We get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, get it. We need to get the car.
Go get it.
We need to get the car.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the car.
Dude, this is Snap Gold. Go get it. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, man, you got the phone.
Dude, what? Is it still there?
Go! No!
Run! Run! We gotta take the car. What the hell? What the hell?
They were panicked as they ran. They realized, whatever it was coming after them. With that being said, let's move on to our sixth scary encounter. On October 9th, 2015, a YouTube channel named Conspiracy Mysteries uploaded the footage of 4 lost campers who vanished that night. Their last 4 hours caught in the footage, a tape that was never supposed to be seen. begins like any other night, around a campfire in the Arizona desert. But then, just after midnight, a flash split the sky. They would have never expected what they recorded. A creature that looks neither human nor ghost. It looked like a freaking alien, and it was about to come in their direction. The camera caught strange sounds. In the footage, it can be seen that the campers were panicked. They were trying not to breathe as those creatures were coming closer. And then it was just a blinding flash. No one ever found those 4 campers, but the footage was released, the last evidence of what happened that night. Were those campers taken away by the aliens? On April 9th, 2012, in Deep Woods, Tennessee, James Jones had only planned to shoot a horror movie, but what he captured that day was no act. 2 nights before, on April 7th, he'd set up a ritual circle as a prop, deep in the Tennessee woods. The circle was drawn from his research that he thought would add a creepy touch to his film, but what he recorded was not just a horrifying scene to grab everyone's attention. It was something real.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there. See? He's got a funny head shape.
The next afternoon, as James returned to the site, he scanned the trees, his camera ready for a simple wildlife shot. But then, standing precisely where he'd marked his ritual circle, he saw something. A figure, dark and too tall to be a tree. No one would believe him, he thought. He hardly believed it himself.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there. See? He's got a funny head shape.
The dark figure just stood there, staring at him, as if it wanted to eat him up alive. By sundown, he went back to check, only to find an empty clearing, as if nothing had ever been there. But he knew what he'd seen, and so would anyone who dared to watch his tape.
Was I here earlier? Yeah, no, it's not a stump. It's not a broken tree or whatever. I don't know. It looks like it's connected right there, but it's not. I've been over there 1,000 times. It's weird. See? I look some way. I don't know if I moved it, but
Will anybody ever think of visiting this place after witnessing these footage? Those woods are haunted in broad daylight as well. With that being said, let's move on to our 8th horrifying camping encounter. On February 14th, 2009, this group of friends decided to camp in the Hidden Lake campgrounds. It was a quiet day by the campfire, with everyone laughing about the genius fisherman who couldn't catch a fish.
Look at the lovely fire we have here with no fish on top of it.
Hardly any wood left.
Thanks to the genius fisherman here.
Food
goes in there, huh?
That's like the last job we have for our fire.
Camera boy.
We are going to be in trouble.
You're supposed camera down. You're supposed to be Rambo, okay? You're supposed to catch a fish with your bare hands.
He's Rambo. Okay.
You know, Rambina, more like it. What was that, Rambo?
I'm gonna catch that. You hear that noise?
What was that?
I'm gonna catch that. You couldn't catch that if.
Then, they saw a strange creature sitting on the roof of their trailer, its long tail swinging slowly behind it. "What is that?" someone whispered, and everyone fell silent. Suddenly, the cameraman felt something breathing on his neck, cold and close.
Bye. Dude, I got my knife right here. That thing
pocket knife.
What the hell? Mikey, get it. You guys are letting me there to die?
What was that?
Holy shit. No, it went back.
Nobody tells me. Everybody like steps out of the way and leaves me there. Hey,
just
pocket knife, guys.
So fast.
That thing was
Did you
breathing
get it?
on my neck. I got whatever it was.
I could feel it breathing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it went over there.
Oh God, it was like 2 inches tall.
Yeah, roll it. Did you get that? Go in there, dude.
No, I ain't go. You go in.
No, you guys, let's see what it is first. Roll it back. Roll it back.
One of them gripped his knife, but before he could turn, it was gone. The laughter was gone too, leaving only the crackle of the fire and their nervous breaths. On the 26th of October 2022, this YouTuber, with a channel name of Creepy Outdoors, decided to visit the forest late at night. After setting up his camp and gear, he got up for a late-night walk in the forest.
Well, at least it'll be a lot easier to walk through here. Man, this place is so lonely. Imagine just being lost out here. It feels like this would never end.
He thought he was all alone, as there were no signs of any other campers in the woods, but his thoughts were about to bring him horrifying consequences.
Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh boy.
A voice out of nowhere that claims, "I see you." This man kept searching here and there, thinking that it must be some human pulling a prank on him, but he was wrong. There were no signs of humans nearby. So what was that voice? Who made that creepy sound to scare him off?
Ooh. Okay. That was creepy. I need to get out of here. Whew. Okay. Talking about Wishblair Project.
Some mysteries don't carry an answer along with them. Maybe that's what makes them more terrifying. Moving on to our next camping nightmare. On May 16th, 2017, a daring YouTuber decided to go alone in the woods at night to camp at some peaceful place. But this was probably the last time he would do that. He didn't notice when he came this deep into the woods. Seems like there was no turning back. There was a strange smell there. The smell of something dead.
something dead over here. It smells like something dead. God, it stinks.
The man had the strange feeling of someone watching him all the time, but out of curiosity, he started searching for the source of the bad smell. One can even find ghosts of the dead things here. Something was definitely off about the smell.
I'm by myself in pitch dark. I have no light source. All I have is this night vision camera that I'm trying out. And I just came from back in there, which this light source is not picking up very well. Thought it was going to be a lot better than that. I got back in there and I had to turn around because I couldn't see. I don't even have a flashlight. But as I was walking out, there was some commotion over here. So I came over here and it smells like a freaking dead animal. So I'm just scanning this tree line here to see if I can see anything. I haven't gotten any eye shine or anything.
The rustling sound of leaves, though the weather wasn't windy at all. It made the atmosphere more eerie all over the forest. But nothing remained the same when he encountered in the middle of the forest.
Whoa, the hell was that? Oh shit.
A ghost, a beast, or a shadow, or someone who was killing humans and animals in the forest. What was the white apparition? These camping encounters show us that the wilderness hides more than just wildlife. From mysterious red-eyed figures to creatures lurking just beyond sight. These stories remind us that some places are still untamed, holding secrets we might never understand. Whether it's a beast, a spirit, or something unexplainable, these eerie encounters caught on camera leave us questioning what truly hides in the dark.
Yeah, so that was the guy that rode by last night, so he was gone all night.
What would you do if the quiet woods suddenly turned into your worst nightmare? These campers found out the hard way and caught it all on camera. On November 28th, 2021, in Dartmoor's Great Links Tour, around 7:33 p.m, with his heavy backpack, he climbed the foggy paths of Dartmoor and finally reached the summit of Great Links Tour just before sunset. The air was still, the silence broken only by the sound of his boots. The weather was cold. He chose a spot to set up his tent.
So I'm just going to have a little bit of a reposition now. So I'm going to unpeg it, move it around just so I've got enough room when I get in and out of my tent. It's the beauty of the freestanding tents. There we go. So that's where I'm going to be.
As he settled into his tent, the first disturbing sound came. A faint sound outside, but it was not the wind. He froze in fear, trying to listen closely. Then came the soft thud of hooves against the ground. Dartmoor's ponies, he thought. But something didn't feel right. Something far more sinister was surrounding his tent.
So Great Links Tour all to myself. It's so eerie here tonight, it's so still. And it's just coming really, really foggy.
The sounds grew louder, circling his tent. He heard growls and the unmistakable sound of ropes being tugged. He peeked out, flashlight in hand, and saw shapes in the mist. The ponies? Or something else. One appeared near his tent pole, staring through the fog, its eyes reflected weirdly in the light.
It's really no more mesh than... Wait! Someone eating my poles. What are you doing? Don't eat my poles. Oh yeah, I was saying it's about the same amount of mesh as my Cloud Up 2, and I've used that through the winter. Fine. God, that made me jump a bit. I think he's still out there. Oh, his mate now. Can you believe this? Go away. I don't want you over here. Go on. Go on.
He tried to focus on his book, a collection of Dartmoor legends. One story, The Black Phantom Pig, told of Judge Jeffreys, who was said to haunt the moors in the form of a ghostly pig. The thought made him uneasy. Suddenly, a sharp sound jolted him, a snap like something breaking. His tent ropes, chills ran down his spine. What was that?
It's time for Dartmoor Legends. A couple months back, I went out with the patrons, Chris and Paul, and I read a story and it had a pig in it, and it went down quite well. Chris especially liked it. Well, here's another one. This one tonight is called Judge Jeffreys and the Big Black Phantom Pig. George Jeffreys. Listening to the horses, I've calmed down a bit about the horses now. The pony, I keep calling them horses, they're ponies. They're not quite so inquisitive now. Touch wood. When I've got all my lights and that off and I'm just sat in it, it's not actually dark. It's quite light coming through the tent. So there must be a moon out there above that cloud somewhere. The mat is quite comfy. Perhaps the larger one might have been a bit better, because even though I'm not falling off the end, it doesn't feel quite wide enough. Now, it's not been an issue, but I just feel like I'm perched on the end of the bed. Do you know what I mean? The trichology.
He grabbed his flashlight and stepped outside, but the mist made everything feel smaller and closer. He saw nothing, only the faint shapes of rocks and ponies in the distance. He called out, "Go away!" But would it go away if he asked them?
It's morning, 6:23, still dark. I slept like a log. I was warm all night, comfy. It's a nice comfortable mattress. Just got out for a pee. Another fault with this tent, when you open the door up, the door flaps in and you get like a wet, cold face full of wet, cold door. And then the roof bit comes over like halfway across the door, and then when you playing with the zip, all that water on the top runs and then drips down into the tent. That's a bit of a pain in the arse. So the roof capping, whether you can keep that attached and still be easy to put your poles up, I should think it would be. It's not an issue, but if it was raining, you want that attached. Why they can't just attach it, I don't know. And then it's just the door issues. The doors are an issue.
As he tried to sleep, a loud grunt and a shuffle startled him again. This time, it was right outside his tent. He held his breath. Something heavy brushed against the tent wall, then stopped. Minutes passed, feeling like hours. Then, silence.
I'm just packing down the tent at sunrise and getting out of here. He said, "I'd love to see you struggling with this in the morning, getting all that stuff in that pack. So let's see how easy that is." It's amazing to think, isn't it, when you look around all this gear in this little shelter, you know, it all fit into this backpack carried on my back. It's good, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to start packing my stuff down. I keep everything in my tent bag. So
by dawn, the mist had lifted slightly. He packed his gear, the eerie quiet now heavier than the night's noises. As he left, he glanced back at Great Link's Tor. For a moment, he thought he saw something in the distance, standing on the ridge, a black shape, watching. But he didn't stay to find out.
There we go. Backpack's on. Yeah, that's how you leave your campsite.
The Moors kept their secrets, as they always had. With that being said, let's move on to our second piece of disturbing camping footage. On December 20th, 2021, during wild camping on White Edge Peak District, 10:14 p.m., he pitched his tent on White Edge, surrounded by the quiet beauty of the Peak District. Everything seemed peaceful, but he couldn't shake the disturbing feeling.
Somehow again, last camp of 2021, and for a change, somewhere different. So I'm at the Peak District. Been working up this way, so thought I'd take the opportunity to come and sneak out into Mesna country. Did a request on Facebook for places to go, so I've picked out somewhere which Dan Jones sent me. So thanks, Dan, if you're watching.
Around 10:14 p.m, the first eerie, disturbing sound came. A low, guttural growl, distant yet unmistakable. He paused, holding his breath. Was it a deer? A fox? No, this was something different. He turned off his stove, the faint hiss replaced by a silence.
So I've had a couple of unsuccessful attempts at doing night lapses. I think the moon's too bright and there's too much ambient light in the area for it to come out any good. But I might give it another try later on, stick the power bank on it. I had the power bank attached earlier on because the batteries are just dying quite quickly in the cold. But then my phone started to die. So I went from 10% down to 1% quite rapidly. So I swapped it out. Hopefully this is recording because I've made about 3 recordings now, and halfway through it stops the film but carries on with the audio, which is a bit weird. I don't know what's going on with this camera, but I don't think I'm going to be doing much more. It's about 9:30 now, so I'm probably going to hit the sack shortly, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Right, so I've heard deer, I've heard foxes.
The growling returned, louder and more aggressive. It seemed to come from every direction, surrounding him. He scrambled back into the tent, zipping it up quickly. The thin fabric felt like his only shield.
I don't know if you heard that. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but God knows what it is. It's quite a weird guttural sound. I'll try and boost it on the edit, see if you can hear it, because that is really weird.
The noises changed. He held his sleeping bag, trying to keep breathing. The steps stopped, then something brushed against the tent wall. He froze, staring at the slight bulge as if something was leaning against it.
Did you hear that? That's quite eerie. It does not sound like a deer. Definitely doesn't sound like a fox. Odd. Right, I'm going to zip up and put my earplugs in, I think. Try and get some sleep, and hopefully I'll still be here in the morning. Good night. Good morning. I'm acting like I've just woke up. It's about 7 o'clock. I've been up since 5.
Morning couldn't come fast enough. He was exhausted but relieved to see the first rays of sunlight. As he packed his gear, he found deep scratch marks on the ground near his tent. Whatever had been there last night wasn't a deer or a fox.
So I'll show you that, and you can tell me what you think in the comments below. So basically what I've done here is, this was the original ram's hook clip that broke. You can see there, the 2 hooks just snapped off in the wind. It's just not up to it. Awful design, cheap. So I've left the 2 cords on the doors, and what I've done is I've got these very small carabiner clips. So they now clip to the original string that was on there. Guy outline attached to the top here. Now, a lot of people attach it to this, or 1 to each part, but I don't see any real benefit to that apart from having 2 long strings sticking out. So not ideal as far as I'm concerned. But these work for now, and I'll also be getting the Z-Pax ram's horn soon as well, because everyone knows a Dave is bringing me one over from the States.
The Peak District had given him an unforgettable final camp of 2021, one he wasn't eager to repeat. The growls and footsteps still echoed in his mind as he walked back to his car, leaving White Edge and its secrets behind. Moving on to our third disturbing camping encounter. On July 27th, 2022, in Bradford, West Yorkshire, the woods in Bradford had always been this camper's favourite camping spot. Quiet, sheltered, and seemingly perfect. But this time, something was different. The camper arrived to find the area trashed, with burnt mattresses, broken branches, and scattered rubbish. The peaceful sight was no longer the haven it once was. Little did he know this place was now covered with the secrets he was about to witness.
Last time I was down here about 3 months ago, so I haven't been down since then. And obviously, get off. People just fucking ruin it for everyone, don't they? It's a right shithole. Right, I'm gonna get cleaned up a bit and get set up. Oh, it started raining now as well. I've half got the tent up, look. But I have brought a tarp with me as well. So I need to get this up.
After cleaning up, he set up camp. The fire glowed as the night deepened, and soon disturbing sounds filled the air. It started with the snapping of twigs, distant but very loud. Then came a low growling noise, unnatural and terrifying. It echoed through the trees, sending chills down their spine. The sound wasn't of any known animal, certainly not in England.
I had all sorts planned tonight as well.
The noises grew louder, followed by loud splashes of water in the nearby stream. Whatever it wasn't visible by the firelight. Shadows were all around the edges of the camp, just out of sight. The camper tried to brush it off by saying that it might be wind or someone playing a prank, but deep down, He knew this wasn't a trick. Something sinister was trying to disturb his peace of mind.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh, come on, someone's fucking with us. Someone's got to be fucking with us, haven't they? Holy fuck.
A strange light appeared, hovering briefly by the hammock. It moved unnaturally, with what looked like wings and faint glowing patterns. The camper's heart froze in fear as he grabbed his knife, only for defense. The growling stopped, replaced by a heavy silence. Then, a loud crash shattered the stillness, as if something huge had stepped closer.
Not even moving. Oh, this fucking wind's picked up now. Can't hear anything. Fuck, is it just wind or what? Am I paranoid? I think my mind's playing tricks on me. Excuse you. Fucking hell, that stinks.
The camper didn't wait to see what it was. Gathering his gear in a rush, he left the site, the eerie noises following them until the valley opened into the road. Bradford's woods, once a peaceful retreat, had become a nightmare. He vowed never to return. Let's move on to our fourth disturbing clip. On January 27th, 2023, in Dalby Forest, the forest was freezing, with snow covering the ground and cold air biting his face. He set up his tarp, hands shaking from the chill. Dalby Forest was quiet, but it carried an eerie feeling. This place was known for strange lights, UFOs, and stories of animals and even people found hurt in strange ways.
Have been reported for centuries. Explanations range from everything between common predators to UFOs. The animal's ears, eyes, udders, anus, sex organs, and even tongues have all routinely been removed, seemingly with a sharp-cleaned instrument. Their carcasses have often been drained of blood, with no tracks or footprints in the immediate vicinity, nor were any of the usual opportunistic scavengers. Reports of such unexplained mutilations have been carried out on both humans and animals, and have baffled investigators for decades, leading to speculation about whether or not the perpetrators might be otherworldly beings conducting biological experiments on some of Earth's inhabitants.
He then heard a sharp snap, like a branch breaking nearby. His flashlight scanned the dark trees, but there was nothing. Lily, his dog, stood still, her glowing green collar shining through the shadows. She wasn't acting like herself, and it made him uneasy.
Hi guys, I'm not sure how well you can all hear me. I've just come into the woods, sat down, dropped my bag, and got my little lantern set up at the side of me. It's absolutely freezing. The forecast did predict that the temperature would be dropping significantly as the night progresses, but my god, it's extremely cold. I've not even checked.
A low growl cut through the night. It wasn't a fox or any animal he knew. The sound was deep, almost like it came from something big. His heart raced as he pulled Lily closer, trying to stay calm.
I'm gonna get a hot drink on right now because I need to get something warm inside me as this temperature begins to drop and drop even further. So Lily's got her collar on, her illuminated collar, just for anyone that's interested. The colours tonight is green. Last time we had red, tonight it's green. So if you do see any green lights running through the trees behind me, it's likely to be Lily. Yeah.
Lily started barking wildly and ran toward the trees. Her green light bounced through the darkness, but he couldn't see what she was chasing. The air felt heavier now, like the forest itself was alive and watching him.
I must say I'm really impressed with Lily's light. I can see her off at a distance right now. Lily, come. I just want to show you guys the colour so you are familiar with. But in reality, those stars are light years apart. However, I wonder what it's like being on a planet orbiting one of those. Like, do you still get all the light from the other stars? Because to us, from this far, from this distance, it looks like they're relatively close, but...
A loud thud hit the ground right outside his tarp. It was heavy, not something falling from a tree. He didn't move, frozen with fear, barely breathing.
Crazy that this video picks up the stars. It's insane. I'm not complaining. Lights over there in the distance. I'm not sure what that is. My initial thought, well, that's Lily, obviously the green one, and she's really close to me, but those two white lights.
The night was long, and every small sound made him jump. When morning finally came, he packed his things quickly and left, not daring to look back. The forest seemed calm in the daylight, but he knew what he recorded wasn't normal. Dalby Forest wasn't just a place with strange stories. That night, it felt like the stories were real, and he was part of one.
Good girl. Good girl. I'm gonna have to put my hands in my pocket for a little while.
Moving on to our fifth disturbing camping encounter caught on camera. On November 19th, 2022, during stealth camping in the woods, this camper encountered his worst nightmare. The woods were quiet as he arrived at a small clearing hidden deep in the trees. It was a Friday night, and he decided to spend it camping alone, testing out a new bivvy bag. The darkness crept in quickly, and he set up his camp in the fading light, his breath fogging in the cold air.
It soon got dark. Right, I'm chatting away because I'm bored. I'll bring you back in a bit.
As he settled down, he talked about how camping alone always felt different. He thought he heard a stream nearby, but wasn't sure. The forest was playing tricks on his ears.
So I can leave that on now and just put my phone on, like I say, watch some YouTube or something like that. I've just been watching Mrs. Brown Boy's Christmas special from last year. There's one person I love as well as that.
The night was still, but then a sound broke the silence. A strange sniffing noise, low and deliberate. It sounded like a dog, but something about it felt wrong. He froze in fear. The sniffing then grew louder. It wasn't just random. It was too steady, too intentional.
Sniffing noise like a dog. It sounded a bit different to that. Earlier we're on about if you're with somebody else, things like this won't bother you, and it's true. But when you're by yourself, little noises do give you butterflies, and it gets your attention pretty quick.
He turned his flashlight on and looked outside, but the beam revealed nothing but trees and shadows. Whatever was making the sound wasn't visible. He lay back down, trying to convince himself it was just his mind playing tricks.
2 or 3 times through the night, just kept waking up. Quite heavy sniffing. I don't think it was a dog. Can't have been a dog. Could have been a badger, probably. I don't know. Every time I woke up and looked around, it wasn't there.
He left the clearing quickly, the memory of the night lingering in his mind. He'd been camping alone for years, but this was the first time he'd felt truly spooked. The woods had a way of reminding you how small and vulnerable you are.
So what I'm going to do is, while my water's boiling, I'm going to start packing some of this stuff away. I did have some condensation, not a lot though, on the top.
The woods had a way of reminding you how small and vulnerable you were. Whatever had made those noises was gone now, but the feeling it left behind stayed with him long after he left the forest. With that being said, let's move on to our 6th eerie encounter in the woods during camping. On February 11th, 2024, he decided to camp deep in the woods, away from everything, to test himself against the cold and quiet. The fire was burning and the night was still, but as sun set, the forest seemed to be a house of paranormal activities. He was going to regret his decision to visit this forest alone.
Something was scratching the tent, and it walked halfway around it scratching. 'Cause 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 '
It's alright, we got our fire going behind us. It is currently...
While walking to check the offering tree, something flew past him, crashing into the ground from above. He couldn't tell if it was a branch or something else, but the feeling of being watched crept in.
Widowmakers, when you're pitching your tent, like that was... I don't know what that was, but imagine if that was a monster limb now. What the... What is that noise coming from the lake? So yeah, in part one I had mentioned that this time I was going to do no knocks, no whoops, and leave them no food, because you guys have been commenting that all those things are bad to do.
Later, at midnight, a loud crash outside his tent woke him. He sat up, straining to hear. Then the footsteps stopped, and something heavy hit the side of his tent. He froze, barely breathing. It wasn't an animal. It felt like something or someone was doing it on purpose.
I just heard a... I don't know if I was even all the way asleep or what, but there was a huge crash outside. Do you hear that? Stop turning my light down. There's more than one. More than one. Crap, wrong way.
Things got more creepy when the sound of breathing came next, just outside the thin fabric of his shelter. It was slow, heavy, and chilling. The noise continued, and then something was thrown at the tent again. Chills ran down his spine as he gripped the small weapon he had for protection.
Oh. It's throwing stuff at the tent. I'm armed. No. I can hear it.
Whatever it was, it left, but the eerie feeling stayed. He sat there in silence, his heart pounding. Taking no chances, he grabbed his gear and left as quickly as possible.
There's two of them. There's people, creatures, whatever that was. I am leaving before they come back. I do not feel safe. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not... Yeah, right now I hear nothing. I'm getting out of...
A week later, he returned to collect the gear he had left behind. His tent was destroyed. A cinder block had been smashed through it, and the fabric was sliced as if by a knife. Standing there, he realized this wasn't an animal or a ghost. This was a person, someone dangerous, watching him that night in the woods.
So glad we left. Man, I'm so glad we left, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Frickin' cinder block.
He never camped there again. The memory of that night stayed with him, the sound of breathing and the footsteps in the dark haunting his every thought. With this eerie encounter coming to an end, let's move on to our next terrifying case. camping encounter. On April 17th, 2023, during a solo camping adventure, he camped alone, enjoying the quiet until 7:43 p.m. when a man on a bike appeared. The man didn't wave or speak, just stared blankly. It was creepy and disturbing at the same moment.
Yeah, so that was the guy that rode by last night, so he was gone all night.
The stare was cold, unblinking and disturbing. Even as the man disappeared into the trees, his eyes stayed fixed on him.
I bet you that's where he's at.
It's kind of creeped me out a bit.
Like he just, dead stared at me. He had yellow sunglasses on. The kind that I could still see his eyes.
He didn't sleep that night. By dawn, he packed quickly and left, the memory of that eerie stare haunting him.
Yeah, so that was the guy that rode by last night, so he was gone all night. I bet you that's where he's at.
It's kind of creeped me out a bit.
Like he just, dead stared at me. He had yellow sunglasses on. The kind that I could still see his eyes.
Let's move on to our next disturbing camping encounter. On August 23rd, 2024, during a haunted graveyard investigation, he walked through the graveyard, his camera ready. At 10:17 p.m., as he took a photo near an old headstone, a figure appeared in the frame, a pale woman in white, standing still among the graves.
YouTuber, Midwest Ghost Hunter, decided to explore an abandoned graveyard in Minnesota. The old graveyard used to be a part of a thriving town, but now it's just a ghost town. People visiting the cemetery report seeing an alarming amount of paranormal activity, and many locals tell investigators to stay away. And this YouTuber soon finds out why. He begins his investigation at what appears.
When he looked up, she was gone, but the image was clear, and her eyes seemed to follow him, even on the screen.
Appears to be a smashed grave.
What happened? Is it vandalized? Okay, I just heard you.
Knowing that he is not alone, he continues his investigation to another tombstone.
Oh, whoa, whoa!
He decides to take pictures of the site in hopes of capturing some kind of ghostly figure. If you look closely at this image, you can see what appears to be two children. Do these two kids haunt the graveyard?
Shaken, he left quietly, vowing never to return to that graveyard again. With that being said, let's move on to our next disturbing encounter. On the night of November 5th, 2024, Angelo decided to camp alone in one of the most haunted forests, though there was a heavy snowstorm that loomed over the area. As the snow fell thicker and the cold bit harder, Angelo started a fire to keep himself warm. However, the atmosphere was far from calm. Strange sounds echoed in the distance, and a disturbing feeling settled over.
First off, the weather is getting pretty bad. I thought I heard something for a second there. I heard like a metal clank, but it came from like down there.
Wait and see.
Wait and see? What am I gonna wait and see? Okay, I just heard like a growl right next to me. What? Yeah, this was a really bad idea. So, I expected the weather to not be the greatest. But to be honest, this is looking like worse than not the greatest. The hell was that?
A strange metallic sound was heard from the forest. Angelo ignored it at first, but then came a deep growl, seemingly right next to him. The eerie growl sent chills down his spine, but the real terror unfolded when his light malfunctioned and he thought he saw a figure, a man, standing silently at the edge of the trail.
Yeah, it looks like he just gave up, and I guess he's probably gonna walk. That's so funny. Oh. Okay, I just heard like a growl right next to me. What the fuck was that? Dude, Moon? What about the moon? What the hell was that? That literally sounded like it was right next to me almost. What was that? Okay, something just moved over there. Holy crap, the snow is really coming down right now. Yeah, this was a really bad idea. So, I don't know, I don't claim to be. Maybe some sort of empath. But I do feel stuff sometimes. And, what the hell? Why is my light not turning on? What the hell's going on here? Okay, I just saw a man standing at the end of this trail. What the fuck was that? There's no one here. Hello? Shouldn't be anyone here. I didn't hear any vehicles come up.
As the storm increased, so did the sense of being watched. The Spirit Talker app Angelo used suddenly said they will attack. This sinister warning made his heart race. He tried to calm himself by tending to the fire, but the creepy noises continued. A faint scream pierced through the howling wind, and shortly after, a loud thud came from the direction of a nearby cabin.
Back in the refrigerator. You did say wait and see. Did I see that same man that I saw last time? Was it something demonic? Maybe a miner?
Big.
Big. Something big is coming, or?
I can scare you.
Okay, so scare me. Just went so eerily quiet.
Guidance.
You need to attack. Who's gonna attack? The hell? Don't attack me. I have bear spray.
When Angelo finally gathered his courage to investigate, he found nothing inside the cabin, just emptiness. Yet the uneasy feeling persisted. The app mentioned the name Carella, but Angelo had no idea who or what it meant. Then the sound of something running nearby nearly froze him in place. Angelo knew he couldn't stay much longer.
He died doing what he loved. I mean, I might die tonight doing what I love. Just trying to get down this bloody mountain. Oh boy. What the fuck was that? Something literally just like ran over there. The fuck? That sounded like it was right here. Hello, dear?
Bathroom.
Bathroom? What the fuck? Is there something connected to this bathroom? I don't understand. Doesn't even make sense. Well, it looks like the snow is kind of picking up again. I think I need to get out of here soon. I'm going to probably wait another few minutes. I don't know what.
By the end of the night, as the storm grew worse, Angelo packed up his things, knowing he had barely escaped something sinister. That forest was alive with something more than snow and shadows, and Angelo left with the haunting feeling that whatever stalked him wasn't done watching. With that being said, let's move on to our last haunting camping encounter. On August 19, 2023, a group of friends enjoyed a night of laughter and barbecue during their camping trip. The camera captured them joking and flipping meat on the grill, but when the footage was uploaded, viewers noticed something terrifying. It was no ordinary footage. As the camera turned toward the man at the barbecue, beneath the grill, a pale, ghostly human head with hollow eyes and twisted features was hanging silently. It was never there when the camera was recording them cooking. It vanished almost instantly, leaving a chill. Later, when the camera returned to the grill, the head reappeared, staring blankly before fading again. The eerie footage shook the internet, sparking fear and endless questions. No one at the camp saw anything that night, but the ghostly face remains, haunting everyone who watches. How is it possible for a head to appear and disappear on its own while a bunch of people are around? This is far more paranormal than you could have ever imagined. These scary moments show that the outdoors can hold many secrets. Strange sounds, odd lights, or shadows that don't make sense can turn a camping trip into a nightmare. Each person is left with a story they will never forget. So if you go camping, remember that sometimes it's better not to know what's out there. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most terrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.